All right, hello and welcome to pmblounge.com. My name is Shoaib. I am the voice behind all the videos that you see on the pmblounge.com website as well as the YouTube channel, which is youtube.com/pmblounge. Now, this video has nothing to do with PMP. This video has nothing to do with project management. So feel free to skip this video if you want to. If you're preparing for your PMP exam, if you are a student of project management, I don't want you to waste your time on anything on YouTube which has nothing to do with project management. So feel free to skip this video. This is just a vlog and I just wanted to take up a question that I received on my email. pmblounge@gmail.com is where you can send in your questions if you have any, by the way. And the Twitter handle is of course pmblounge @pmblounge. So you can definitely send a question and I'll definitely respond or try to make a video on it if the question is interesting enough. And one such interesting question is why I'm making this video today. And the question is, how do you handle criticism on YouTube? Now, I found it funny because there's a lot of criticism on YouTube, to be frank. And if you follow any other YouTubers, they'll tell you how it can be, it can ruin anyone's day to read the kind of negative comments people post on YouTube. So how do I handle negative comments or criticism on YouTube? First up, if it's constructive criticism, if I have genuinely messed something up, if I'm talking about something and it's erroneous, it's not right, I will definitely welcome that kind of criticism. But then I also realize that certain people criticize for the sake of criticizing. I personally don't get a lot of criticism. First up, because we don't have that many subscribers or viewers on PMP Lounge. It's a channel which is based on project management. It's a channel which is based on PMP certification. Not a lot of people out there want to get themselves a PMP certification in the first place, right? And not a lot of people out there work in the project management industry. So I don't really expect this channel to, reach 100 million subscribers. Of course, the 1,300 plus subscribers that we have, that's the audience and I'm happy with it. I feel, to be frank, when I post a video, I feel like I'm speaking to an audience of 1,300 people. That's huge. 300 people itself is huge. I am happy to speak to just 30 people and talk about project management. 1,300 is pretty big for me. So I don't get, like I said, I don't get a lot of criticism as such. The other thing is that I am not really talking about my thoughts or what I think about certain things. A lot of YouTubers that receive a lot of criticism are basically talking about what's on their mind, how they spend their days, and they do their vlogs and stuff like that, if you've followed anyone. And let's say you're YouTubers that talk about technology, they'll look at a phone and then they'll tell you what they feel about that phone. So certainly they might feel something about the phone. The viewers might not align with that. You viewers might not think in the same way as a reviewer is, and that may result into negative comments. What we talk about here over at PMP Lounge is project management. We are talking about something which is sort of, I'd say, a science, right? Salt is NaCl, sodium chloride. Now, if I make a video and talk about salt, say that it is sodium chloride, and explain how sodium chloride is formed and stuff like that, there's nothing really to criticize about it because it's proven, it's science, right? So it's kind of same with project management. A lot of what we talk about here is already out there in the books, is already out there in the PMBOK guide, is already out there in the Rita Mulcahy book or Head First. So we are not talking about what I think about project management, right? We are not talking about what I think about risk management, right? I am telling you what project management is based on all these resources that I just mentioned. I am telling you what risk management is based on all these resources that we just mentioned. And I might add in certain examples from my, real life project management experience and so on and so forth. But then if somebody is telling you sodium chloride is salt, you cannot really argue on that, right? So that is one of the reasons I feel why we don't really receive a lot of negative comments and criticism on this channel. That's, I think, one other reason. Of course, the first one, like I mentioned, is that the audience is restricted, right? And then the audience is also matured enough, when you talk about any other YouTube channel out there which is based on technology or which is based on blogs and things like that, right? The audience is typically teenagers and early 20s folks, and here my typical audience is 30 plus folks, right? People who are already in their mid-career, and or people who are just starting off in their career and want to kind of understand what PMP is, right? So folks who are more serious, folks who do not have time in their hands to waste basically by writing non-useful negative comments, right? So that's also one of the reasons why I don't really receive many negative comments. Sometimes, of course, I'd agree that sometimes it's a letdown because you're putting yourself out there, you're putting all these PPTs together, you're making all these videos, you're doing it everything just because you want to spread knowledge, just because you want to talk about project management, just because you're passionate about project management, and you're doing it and making these resources available to your subscribers or anyone who's interested in watching, right? And you're doing all this hard work, and still there are certain people who will just want to find an error in your video, right? Who will just want to kind of look around the entire video. If I'm talking about 10 things, they'll notice if there's anything wrong with one of those 10 things and then highlight that in the comment. So yeah, sometimes it's a letdown. What happened to the 9 other positive tips that I gave you? You're talking about just one which I messed up. But like I said, constructive criticism is very helpful, and I always welcome constructive criticism, to be fair and to be frank. So yeah, like I said, sometimes it's a letdown that there are certain people who will watch the entire video, who might take away certain project management concept, but then in the end, when it comes to commenting, instead of being grateful, they will point out an error or a mistake or a spelling mistake or anything that you have made in the video. So it's sometimes a letdown, but it's okay. Like I said, as long as it's fair, as long as it's constructive criticism, I'm open to it. In the end, all of us here, no one's perfect, right? All of us here are learning, right? And we are discussing project management so that we can learn. The other thing I'd like to think regarding PMP Lounge and this YouTube channel is that it's more like a family, right? It's an inner circle of project managers and aspiring project managers and PMPs and aspiring PMPs. It's an inner circle is what I feel. And it's like a family. If you have a family and you have, let's say, 150 people in your family, from your mother's side, your father's side, your cousins, this and that, do you think all 150 like you equally? Some like you more, some like you less, and that's what I feel when it comes to the subscribers and the PMP Lounge family, right? We are a family. Some people might like my videos, like my content. Some people might not like it as much as others, right? But it's fine. End of the day, it's like I said, a closed circle, a community that we have created here. But still, I want to continue and make videos and spread the knowledge of project management. One of the reasons for that is because I myself want to stay up to date. If I am making a video on procurement management, I myself need to brush up my procurement management knowledge, right? And to be able to do that and to stay up to date and make sure I know everything about procurement management, I need to know 20 things about procurement management before I make a video discussing 5 things about procurement management. So end of the day, I also have an advantage of running this channel, right? To be able to stay up to date and to be able to hone my skills of project management. And yeah, the idea is to create a community wherein we can truly say that PMP Lounge is your #1 free resource for project management and PMP certification. So that's pretty much it. That's all I have in this video. Subscribe to us if you haven't done so already. Our social media handles are PMP Lounge on Facebook and Twitter. If you have any such questions, feel free to send them to me at pmplounge@gmail.com. And don't forget to check out the website pmplounge.com, your number one free resource for PMP certification and project management industry information. Thank you.